Mr. Stefanko,
Here.
Mr. Sokol,
Here.
Mr. Leary,
Here.
Mr. Corcoran.
Here.
Mr. Markey has not yet joined us. Mr. Krasansky.
Here.
And last but not least, Mr. Zorowski.
I appreciate the intro and I'm here.
Mr. Chair, we have a quorum of the board.
Great, thank you, Kate. Welcome everybody. This beautiful spring/summer day. First item on the agenda is approval of the draft minutes from the April 7, 2022 board meeting. My recollection and my notes say that the only person who was not here would be Adam. So could I get a motion in a second?
I make a motion to accept the minutes.
I'll second.
Thank you both. Any discussion? Excellent. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, unanimous. The next item is my report. In case anyone missed it, I think we all should have received our evaluation, board performance evaluation forms. They are due May 19th. I will admit, I think I am tardy on this as well. So we still have a week, but get those in. I know everyone at the board appreciates that and staff appreciate it. So just a reminder, also a reminder on the financial disclosure deadline, which is in 4 days. That one, I think I am completed. So again, just another reminder on that one. Any questions on either of those items?
And several of the confidential evaluations have come in, but we're still waiting on a few. So just if you haven't yet, send them on in.
Thanks, Kate. Next item, sadly, our friend Roger is retiring. Congratulations to Roger. Roger's been a member of the board for several years now. Been at the Department of Health for well over 20 years. So he obviously has earned his deserved retirement. Been Deputy Director of the Center for Environmental Health for a few years after being the Director of the division for a number of years. So Roger's been a great partner on the board for our agency members, including myself. Been a lot of agency retirements from the board, except for me. So I'm thinking I want to accelerate my timeline a little bit, but no. Congratulations to Roger, obviously well-deserved. And I think Roger's going to introduce us to who will be taking his place. Roger, is that correct?
That's correct. And thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Jeff, and to my fellow board members. It definitely has been an honor to serve on this board. As I think, as we all say, time and time again, all the great work that this corporation sort of does throughout New York State in terms of improving the water infrastructure, and it has been an honor really to be able to serve. So thank you very much. And yes, it's correct. With me today is Ms. Christine Westerman, who is the current director of the Division of Environmental Health Protection over at the New York State Department of Health. And she is slated to become our Commissioner Bassett's next designee on the board. So again, thank you all very much. It's been an honor. I will definitely miss coming to these meetings. We'll miss the great coffee. Now that Maureen's got some great coffee here, geez, now I have to retire, but it has been an honor, and I'm sure Christine will choose and become a great board member. So again, thank you, everyone.
Roger,
Thank
you'll
you,
be
Roger. We'll take you at your word that you're going to miss us.
Yeah, you'll be missed, Roger. You were a tremendous value to the board and an incredible asset to the state of New York, and wish you all the very best. And it's been a pleasure serving with you. You're a great human being, and thank you for all you did and do.
I just want to also say it's just been a real pleasure to get to know him, Roger, and what he does, and through you, the department, and just like you said, how important this is, how great you guys all work together, and just how you as a person have been such a positive, hopeful, driver of this. So, I'll see you at concerts later, but really, we'll miss you here. Thanks.
Appreciate that.
Agreed. Thank you.
Well, hi, Vita.
Sorry I'm late.
That's okay.
No. We're here now.
And also welcome to Christine. We look forward to working with you as the new member of the board. Great professional group. And I know Michael's going to have some words coming up on things we're going to do maybe this summer. So looking forward to that. But yeah, if you have any questions or need anything, please don't hesitate to reach out to me or anyone else for that matter. But I'm always available to answer any questions you might have or help assistance that DOH may need.
All right, thank you. I look forward to working with everybody. As Roger said, they are big shoes to fill, but I will do my best. Trying to come up to speed on everything right now.
Excellent. All right. That's all I have. As Michael mentioned, Maureen is out today, so Executive Vice President Hale will handle the president's report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to say, Roger, thank you. It's always been a pleasure working with you. Your commitment to public health is unparalleled. You've been a great partner. You're going to be missed. Christine, it's been a pleasure working with you, and we look forward to working with you on our board. But thank you, Roger. I don't have a lot. Maureen and I spoke yesterday. Charlie had suggested a site visit for the board this summer. I've talked to Bill, and we're going to talk to Dave about some important projects that are going on around the state. Tentatively, we're thinking in the August-September timeframe. I think Kate will reach out to folks with some ideas and proposed dates. I think it's important. I think it's important to see what we do to get out there and see these important projects underway. And Maureen and I have been talking to staff about that. It really contextualizes what we're doing. So I think it's a great idea. We're going to flesh that out and thinking late summer.
Thank you.
The only other thing I had, EFC and DOH published a notice of availability of funds on April 27th for the bill funding, as well as the upcoming base funding. The projects listing forms and updates are due on most of those funding streams by June 17th. That's going to help us roll out our program for the infrastructure dollars. The DWSRF lead service line applications and DWSRF emerging contaminants are due the end of August. So I just wanted to make the board aware of those dates. That was also published in the environmental notice bulletin. And that's all I had for this morning.
Great. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. We did not have any committees today, and I'm not aware of any unfinished business, but if anyone would like to raise anything before we hit the resolutions.
Jeff, I'll just raise one thing, sort of an offer.
Yeah, Charlie, go ahead.
And that was maybe last month, had a meeting with some sort of DOE funded researchers, academics through Pace University. They have an energy center just about specifically wastewater treatment facilities and sort of the energy, connection, either utilizing energy from wastewater treatment to, mostly or supplying energy to those systems in a different way. Just a very broad base. These are experts who do more than just wastewater. They do, again, DOE funded, looking for alternatives and resilience and climate impacts, et cetera. And I told them, I was asking, really interested in this topic as a board member here. They said they would love to do a 1-hour briefing for EFC staff who are interested in this topic because there's a lot of new developments, economic developments on obviously, energy costs, and technological advancements as well. They've had some good successes in some, like New Jersey, Massachusetts, places like that. And they thought it would be, interesting to just brief the staff here who were focused on energy and wastewater treatment.
That sounds great. Is that something the board would be interested in as well?
Yeah, I was gonna say, Charlie, I'd love to hear that, maybe talk about how you want to sequence it, but that sounds very interesting.
Yeah, I think that sounds great. Can you,
Sure, I'll forward you the details.
Yeah.
Great. And it's, again, out of Pace University, and they're just eager to do it. It would be sort of again, they said it would be a sort of a high level technical because everybody speaks the same language. It would just break down to the business. So great, I'll forward it. I
Yeah.
look forward to it. Yeah, I'd be
thank you
interested.
so much.
Great, thank you. Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks, Charlie. Okay, let's move right into the resolutions. Kate, resolution number 1.
A resolution of the New York State Environmental Facilities Corporation authorizing financial assistance payments to certain municipalities to fund eligible drinking water projects from funds appropriated for water infrastructure improvement projects.
Thank you, Kate. Could I have a motion and a second, please?
Moved.
Thanks, Francis. Thanks, Adam, for the second, I think. I saw the hand
Yeah.
go up. All right. Hold on one second. I had a little technical difficulty. I'm sorry, who's presenting on this one?
That'd be me, Dave.
All right, Dave, go ahead. Sorry.
Thank you, no problem. So we have just one drinking water project today. This is a project for the city of Yonkers in Westchester County. It's, they're seeking a WIA grant for 1.71 million. The project is for installation of approximately 2,000 linear feet of new, larger diameter, 12 and 16-inch diameter water transmission mains, which will interconnect the city's existing high and low pressure service areas or pressure zones. So the project will provide redundancy to the low pressure zone by increasing the available water supply to that low pressure zone. It'll allow the low pressure zone to receive water from the high pressure zone in the event of a water main break or other outage in a low pressure zone. Currently, the low pressure zone includes downtown Yonkers. And includes many severely aged water mains, many of which are over 100 years old and are in danger of potential breakage. That's it. Any questions on that?
Great, thanks, David. If there are no questions, all in favor? Aye?
Aye.
Unanimous. Resolution number 2.
A resolution of the New York State Environmental Facilities Corporation amending the prior authorizations for financial assistance to be provided by the corporation to certain recipients in connection with the Clean Water State Revolving Fund. And after the first and second, Mr. McAvoy will be presenting.
Great, thanks, Kate. Can I have a motion and a second, please?
I can make
I'll
a
make
motion to
the
move.
I'll second, Chairman.
Thank you, Roger and Vita. Brian with the presentation.
Thank you very much. For ID number 2, there are 3 projects. The first is for the Village of Corinth. It's in Saratoga County, and the project is for the planning, design, and construction of wastewater treatment plant replacement and collection system rehab. We're requesting approval for the modification of the project scope and the extension of the financing maturity date from June 8th, 2022 to June 8th, 2023. The reason for this amendment is to replace approximately 5,200 linear feet of 6-inch force main with 8-inch main and 900 linear feet of gravity trunk line with 18-inch PVC gravity sewer line. The second project is for the city of Newburgh. This is in Orange County. The project is for the planning, design, and construction of the long-term control plan improvements to the city of Newburgh's combined sewage collection system and wastewater treatment plant. requesting approval to extend the financing maturity date from August 3rd, 2022 to August 3rd, 2024. And the additional time is needed for final closeout of phase 2 work, secure and compile required documentation, and to properly size the long-term financing. Lastly, I have the Village of Saranac Lake in Franklin County. This project is for the planning, design, and construction of wastewater treatment plant upgrades. This is a funding increase and a modification of the project scope. It's a $2,982,393 funding increase. So it takes the project cost from $8.1 million to just over $11 million. The increase and the scope change it's an amendment to include the rehabilitation of primary and secondary anaerobic digesters and upgrades to the SCADA system. Thank you. Are there any questions?
Just a general question. What are you seeing what are we seeing here from the experts on just prices of things? Just, we're hearing obviously, overall inflation. I'm just wondering any either anecdotes or experience that you can just share with us about costs.
We're definitely seeing a lot of cost increases coming our way. A lot of requests for amendments. Percentage wise, I don't know if Bill or Dave can give that, but I mean, everyone's just basically telling us that costs are coming in way higher than expected.
I would
or
say
estimated.
it's consistent with the broader economy. And right, Bill? I mean, I don't know whether we've quantified a percentage on it.
Yeah, not quantified.
I'm not looking for a percent, just
Yeah.
Right.
your
But
experience.
we've definitely heard supply chain issues as well as,
Delays.
6-8 months to get even, common things like pipe.
Right.
Yeah, we're seeing up to a year to get ductile iron pipe.
Wow. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I mean, you guys probably have an idea of how many projects are going to have the supply chain delays coming up over this next year.
Yeah, and we're actively working with these communities, and we have to be understanding of that because it's something that's largely out of their control. So.
Thank you. No.
Points. Okay. All those in favor? Aye.
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 Unanimous. Resolution number 3.
A resolution of the New York State Environmental Facilities Corporation making certain determinations and authorizing certain actions in connection with the Clean Water State Revolving Fund and authorizing financial assistance payments to certain municipalities to fund eligible clean water projects from funds appropriated for water infrastructure improvement projects. And after the first and second, Bill Brazell will be present.
Great. Thank you, Kate. Motion and a second, please.
Motion.
Jim,
Second.
thank you. I heard a second. Did not catch who it was.
Francis.
It's
Okay,
Francis.
Bill with Brazell with the presentation. Thank you, Francis.
All right. Hey, good morning. Today we have 2 clean water projects before the board for new financings. First, we have the Buffalo Sewer Authority in Erie County. This is a $45.8 million short-term financing. The financing includes short-term interest-free financing of up to approximately $21.1 million. Another short-term interest-free financing component of $7.8 million and a short-term market rate financing of $7.8 million. The financing also includes a $9,054,768 WIA grant and federal additional subsidy in the same amount, just over $9 million. And I'll note this is the first clean water WIA grant, the 2021 WIA projects that were just announced in April to come before the board. So moving quick on that. This project consists of rehabilitation and upgrades at Buffalo Sewer Authority's Bird Island wastewater treatment plant. Proposed improvements include replacement of non-functional valves, installation of a new diffuser system in the aeration basins, and replacement of return sludge piping. This project will address requirements of an EPA administrative order and increase hydraulic capacity through the secondary treatment process. Construction will begin this spring and is expected to be complete in 2025. Right. Next, we have the Washington County Sewer District. Before the board today is a 5-year short-term interest-free hardship financing for $12,836,201. This financing is part of a $25 million project. The overall project also includes a WIA and GIGP grants that were in a previous financing. The sewer district owns and operates a 2.5 million gallon per day treatment plant located in Fort Edward, New York. This project will address requirements of a long-term control plan between DEC and the sewer district. This particular project includes various improvements to the headworks, including replacement of existing pumps, replacement of the mechanical influence screen with a new grit removal system, and new flow metering. Project will also include numerous improvements to the anaerobic digester facilities. Construction began last November and is expected to be complete in September 2023. Are there any questions on those two projects?
Could you talk about the money you mentioned? So it's there's a 2021 WIA grant, and then the other amount in the exact same, is it another WIA grant, or you said, oh, sorry, you said federal money?
It's federal additional subsidization, but they're getting the same amount, $9,054,768.
Through EFC?
Through EFC, yes.
Okay, got it. Because I've never seen that before,
Oh, you have?
listed like that. It's different.
It isn't, it's a new funded source.
Yeah.
Wow. So it's for them specifically, or EFC decided?
We have a handful of other projects.
Okay. Good. Interesting. Good. Boy, that one, I mean, look at the size of this. That would be,
Yeah.
to me, you know, if we had the opportunity, just my opinion, just this one is, you know, the scale and the
Yeah,
size.
it's I believe it's the largest treatment plant in New York State outside of New York City.
There you go.
It's
Exactly.
pretty large.
Right, and you know, old. So, okay, thank you. Great.
Thanks, Bill. Any other questions? Okay, all those in favor? Aye.
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 Unanimous. We don't have any additional new business that I am aware of. Is there anything else anyone would like to raise before we call for adjournment? Great. The next board meeting will be held Thursday, June 2nd, 12 p.m. There will be governance committee at 11 a.m. Also look forward to hear the plans for the trip later in the summer, maybe something on a hot day at a clean water plant. Some of our new members, that would be great. Either way, look forward to it. So I'll take a motion and second for adjournment.
I'll make a motion.
I will make a motion to adjourn, Mr. Chairman.
Thanks, Francis. Charlie, did I hear a second from you?
Yeah, yeah,
Sure.
whatever. Roger.
My final.
Or is it Roger? Thank you, Roger. That's a great way to end your career. All right, all those in favor? Aye.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. We are
We'll
adjourned.
miss you.